You're watching 3 Pound Fishing, sponsored by these great companies. Hey folks, it's Matt from 3 Pound Fishing, and today we are back on the brush piles with the fabulous new technology LiveScope. Yes, that's right folks, brush piles, lots of them in big slabs. It doesn't get much easier when you have LiveScope. It's unbelievable to watch these fish react to the bait and just take it. So hey, thanks for joining me. Please subscribe. I appreciate you watching. Let's put some slabs in the boat. Hey folks, welcome back. We're doing another LiveScope episode over brush piles because I've had a lot of questions about some of the things I was doing. But I can tell you this technology, I've now spent about a month and a half with it, and it is fantastic. It is making me fish brush piles that I have not fished in a long time because I really want to get a better understanding of what they were and where those fish are. And you're just amazed by how fish perhaps aren't on necessarily that particular brush pile, but there's something else maybe 40 feet away. So we're going to be covering a lot of things today. I appreciate you joining, and please subscribe and do all that great stuff. I really do appreciate it. But LiveScope on brush piles, and we are going to put some slabs in the boat. It's a calm day out on the water, and I love it. So thanks for joining. I appreciate it. That was easy. Wow, that's awesome. That is freaking awesome. So you might be asking, why is this fish that awesome? Well, I can tell you because I know of this brush pile and I have fished it several times, but I've only caught small fish. This is the first legitimate keeper I've caught off this pile, and I was targeting it with a LiveScope on it. So it just showed me right away I can go back to every pile that I've ever fished and learn more and more about it to catch bigger fish. So number one, we're always still going to throw a buoy. Because we spend that much more time looking at the LiveScope system, having a buoy out there to be able to quick reference to where you need to be at is critical in my opinion. We're staring a lot at the screen, and having that buoy there just makes it that much easier. Now I use the Active Captain app all the time to video off of my Garmin. So if you're asking the question, why don't you have glare? Why is the actual picture that good? I use Active Captain, and I did another episode just on that if you look back about 6 or 7 episodes. I'll put a link here above. Oh my gosh, that's a big fish. Please be a crappie. It is crappie, just aggressive fish. Wow. Is that a black nose? Nope, not a black nose. Man, was that aggressive. So there you go. Have that on active Captain right now, and you can see a ton of fish down there. That's a good size eater right there. Man, that's just a great picture right now. So here are some of the images that I was seeing today, and I'll tell you what, the piles that I was on, they were completely stacked. I mean, big fish too. I mean, check out those marks. Now, I typically will always use the 18-foot forward-looking view when I find my pile. So I'll search with the 30, 35, and then I switch it always back to the 18. So once you do that, you start to get used to how these fish look and what constitutes a big fish and what constitutes as a small fish, obviously. So there's one getting yanked up right there, but just a lot of aggressive, great stacked piles. There's a ton of fish down there. I'm hoping you're seeing this on the Active Captain app. It's unbelievable how many fish are down there, and they're stacked. All good size eaters. Ooh, baby. Just pull them out one by one. You know, one of the critical things I think right now, and I caught this fish purely not because I felt it, that's a great fish, is because I have that extra split shot down there. I also have this ball swivel. I can see those. Something that's going to allow you to identify that line so quick and so easy. I mean, all I did was watch that thing move, and bam, there was a fish on it. Oh man, that's a pig. Let's measure over that one, folks. That's a good sized fish. And if you saw on that Active Captain, you saw me just seeing you saw these two pieces right here swinging away, and that's what made me pull up. It was not the bite. There was nothing to do with me feeling it. It would just be seeing it on the screen. Let's check that out. All right, so that's a 13-inch fish right there. Bam, that's so good. So what I found out is that a 10-footer will really stretch out there about 4 or 5 feet outside of LiveScope. So I'm always targeting, when I'm looking at LiveScope, trying to put that brush pile about 4 or 5 feet in front of me, and that's usually my target. Even 2 feet sometimes works. When I expand to maybe an 11-footer or a 12-footer, obviously I can go out that much farther, but typically I'm fishing with a 10, 11, and 6 feet seems to be the sweet spot. 5, 6 feet. So a lot of people are going to want a longer pole with LiveScope, no doubt about it. And I'm definitely getting more and more comfortable with the 11-footer. Some people will even go up to a 12, 13, and 14. I can see that happening, especially when these piles are shallow. But right now, still a 10-footer, that's the sweet spot for me. Another slab right there. Here, I'll see if they're still here.
Are you catching many?
I just caught 7 on that one pile. I caught 4 over there, and then I caught they might be moving. That's why it might not be good. Now they're right in front of me. Right there.
Look at that shit. Yeah, I thought he spiced up them videos. I don't guess he does. I've been watching your.
That's Wade on his day off
Oh,
with his father-in-law.
Yeah, wish I'd come out here and drink a few beers and fish a little bit. Is that tonight?
It comes out tonight, yeah.
Well, you didn't post till like Sunday or something like that.
Well, I'm due for a video tonight, so
Oh, no, that's a little one.
that's a little bitty guy. You want these small ones?
No.
So I had a blast with Wade and his father-in-law. We actually fished the rest of the evening, fishing different brush piles and just using my LiveScope. They'd sit there just right next to us, kind of like right here, and I would LiveScope it, tell them where the fish were, and we had a ball. It was actually pretty effective. 2 boats, 1 LiveScope system, worked very well. Here, 5 foot, they're right here. There's a stack of them. There's one right there.
5 foot deep.
5 foot in front of my trolling motor. This is a good. This is a good fish here.
Got a good one.
This is a good one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
He swallowed it. Man.
Still 12, 14 foot down.
Yeah, I was 14 foot.
He swallowed it.
Yeah, it's right there. You gotta have a minnow.
Yeah.
Get over and look. Go over and look at that.
That's the secret.
Oh, don't point that over here at us.
Hi, Matt. You're gonna be way more entertaining than I'm gonna be.
Yeah, no
I've got a scar here from my surgery. One right here.
Yeah, take me
Right
over
here.
there, Wade. I won't get on there and watch you. Trying to do it.
All right, we got a guest in the boat. Here we
Got a
go.
guest in the boat. Got to check out this LiveScope. See what it's all about.
He won't
It's
even
worth
have a damn video for me this day.
It's worth every penny you pay to fish with this guy because he knows how to catch the crappie.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, you do. I mean, that ain't no lie. I mean,
Yeah, because he's got a great partner.
yeah, because you got a great partner that I taught.
Good Lord have mercy.
Entertainment's in the boat.
2 right there.
Something's come up. They got.
There he is.
Got it. Somebody come up behind and got it.
Yeah.
You know?
That's
But you can. The thing that is cool is that you don't have to guess at where you're at in the
No.
water column.
you can see it.
You just watch it and pop it right in front of their nose.
And you just hope the big one gets it right.
They're bluegill.
Another big bluegill. Is that reckon that whole school bluegill?
Could be. Could be now. I mean, those are pretty good marks that got it.
Hey, Wade, give me my pole. I'm gonna play with him. Oh, look at there! Look at there! That ain't no
It is
bluegill.
bluegill.
Yeah, it is.
Cool bluegill.
Think about that, boys.
How many minnows you got in your bucket?
He
Plenty.
got it. Give you some.
All right,
Need
all right.
some?
Let's go over here and fish another pile. Well, there you have it, folks. We had a great evening. Let me tell you, we saw some great imaging, and here they are. I'm just kind of breaking them down to each different pile. You can see them just completely stacked. And I'll tell you what, we put a ton of slabs in the boat. But thanks for joining. I really do appreciate it. Please subscribe. Till next time.